Prime Minister demands immediate resolution of price disparity between domestic and global gold.
Diplomatic tensions between Russia and Austria.
This summer's heatwave could put over 240 million children at risk.
Hello, I am Truyen, and so good to see you again in today's news. The Prime Minister requested the State Bank of Vietnam to take the lead, coordinate timely interventions, and promptly address the situation of price disparity between domestic and international gold.
Recently, the domestic gold market has experienced continuous fluctuations, with disparities between the price of domestic gold and international gold reaching up to approximately 18 million Vietnamese dong per tael. Therefore, the government office has issued an announcement on behalf of the Prime Minister, requesting the State Bank of Vietnam to closely monitor the developments in global and domestic gold prices, promptly address the situation of price disparities between domestic and international gold, and ensure the stable, transparent, and efficient operation of the gold market. Noteworthy, the Prime Minister also requires the use of electronic invoices for gold transactions and immediate revocation of operating licenses for businesses that fail to comply with regulations.
Tension between Russia and Austria have escalated following an incident where Austria declared 2 personnel from Russian embassy in Austria as unwelcome individuals.
Recently, the Austrian Ministry of Foreign Affairs announced the expulsion of 2 diplomats from the Russian embassy in Austria, demanding their departure within 1 week from the date of the announcement. Austria deemed their actions inconsistent with their diplomatic roles. Russia argues that Austria's declaration is unfounded and inappropriate, further damaging bilateral relations. In response, Russia has also requested a staff member from the Austrian embassy in Russia to leave the country no later than April 18th.
UNICEF warns that over 243 million children across East Asia and the Pacific are at risk of illness and death due to extreme heat as the region prepares for the summer with the record high temperatures in the coming months.
Warning about intense and frequent heat waves in this year's summer, particularly concerning in the East Asia and Pacific region, where high humidity makes it difficult for the body to naturally cool down. According to UNICEF, children have less ability to regulate body temperature compared to adults, making them more susceptible to heat-related illnesses such as chronic respiratory diseases, asthma, and cardiovascular conditions. UNICEF's warning comes amidst some countries in the region experiencing severe summer heat, with temperatures frequently exceeding 40.
Upcoming are some updated news.
The first quarter socioeconomic report just released by the Nghệ An Statistical Office shows impressive results in investment attraction activities. Over the 3-month period, the entire province of Nghệ An has granted licenses to 18 new investment projects with a total registered capital of over 12.274 trillion Vietnamese dong, more than twice that of the same period in 2023, and adjusted 14 projects with an additional total capital of 2.352 trillion Vietnamese dong. Consequently, the total newly granted and adjusted capital across Nghệ An province in the first 3 months of the year is over 14.626 trillion Vietnamese dong. This year, Nghệ An aims to continue to be among the top 10 provinces nationwide in terms of attracting the most foreign direct investment, FDI.
The Vietnam International Travel Mart, VITM, Hanoi 2024 has kicked off at the Vietnam Soviet Friendship Cultural Palace. The fair features over 450 booths, including 25% international booths, where tourism businesses and destination management organizations showcase and directly offer products to tourists and partner enterprises. Along with the highest promotional airfare discount of 15% for domestic flights, many attractive tourism products and discounts both domestically and internationally are being introduced at the fair. Running until April 14, the fair is expected to host around 3,500 Vietnamese and international businesses, with approximately 80,000 visitors attending to explore and purchase products.
According to a report from the Asian Development Bank, Vietnam's economy is expected to achieve a growth rate of 6.0% in 2024 and 6.2% in 2025. In the Asian Development Outlook, ADU report for April 2024, the Asian Development Bank, ADB, maintains its previous forecast for Vietnam's economic growth this year, despite prolonged uncertainties from the external environment.
Now let's move to today's story. Nghệ An, with 82-kilometer coastal line, is one of the provinces with great potential for the development of seafood exploitation industry. However, for many years, the fishing infrastructure has not received sufficient attention and investment for upgrading, resulting in difficulties for fishermen in their offshore fishing activities. The number of fishing vessels operating in both coastal and offshore areas in certain localities has declined. Like Vạn Port, located in Diễn Ngọc Camille Diễn District, served at the entry and exit point for nearly 100 fishing boats. Despite having covered areas, the port facility are quite cramped, making it difficult to unload and purchase seafood after each fishing trip. Goods are scattered even on walkways, and untreated wastewater creates unsanitary conditions. The waterway leading to the port has not been dredged.
I can only work for half of each month. The boats cannot operate properly due to the risk of getting stuck.
Recently, the Provincial People's Committee has invested in upgrading the Lạch Quen fishing port in Tiến Thủy Camille Quỳnh Lưu District. The port's pier has been extended to 1,400 meters with a handling capacity of 65 to 70,000 tons of goods per year. However, apart from this port, other fishing ports still have various shortcomings. Particularly, the Cơ Hội fishing port is unable to accommodate large fishing vessels, leading them to anchor to the Cơ Loa commercial port for many years.
The Provincial People's Committee requires to prioritize the development of 7 fishing ports with 3 Type 1 fishing ports, as well as 2 Type 2 and 2 Type 3 fishing ports. The Provincial People's Committee is directing the Department of Agriculture and Rural Development to seek investment resources to facilitate the access of fishing vessels to these ports.
In 2018, Nghệ An had around 3,900 fishing vessels, but the current number has decreased to 3,420. The decline can be attributed to several reasons. Firstly, the fishing grounds have shrunk, and the fishermen have not transitioned to new techniques, resulting in low productivity. This has led to some fishermen selling their boats and leaving the profession. Additionally, inadequate infrastructure such as small and narrow ports and shallow waterways has reduced the frequency of fishing trips due to safety concerns for the vessels. The last story just ended our program today. Thank you so much for your attention. Goodbye and see you later.